Hey guys, what's going on? I hope everyone's having a good weekend. And I wanted to showcase something that we just got in the mail the other day. Actually last week, Tuesday, we got in that we've been working with this company for a while to finally get a billet style intake manifold made for the 3TC. So I wanted to show you guys a little something here that so here you see I got it mocked up on a 3TC. This is one of our Corollas that we have. And just trying to, I mean, this is a 2TC distributor, so normally I don't run 2TC distributors, but what we had them do was basically they had made a short runner version, and that wasn't going to work for the guys that ran a distributor. Would be great for the guys that run coil packs, but either way, I prefer a longer runner anyways. So what I had did was I had send them an intake flange. I have these that I've had for a really long time, shipped this to them, and then they basically copied the bolt pattern and basically put the intake together. It took a decent amount of time to finally get these made, but pretty happy with how it came out. The only thing here, as you can see, is it's really close to this fitting. Once you put like the 81 style distributor in, worst case, I figure you block this fitting off and you put a hole here and have a fitting coming out here, which isn't a big deal. So I wanted to get the first one in to basically mock it all up before I could offer these for sale, and make sure, you know, the fitment was there, make sure the port matches the head and all that other stuff. And yeah, it actually lines up really well. Everything basically plenum size looks good. You have the option of getting any kind of anodized colors if you want. So I didn't get this a color because I was a little concerned, again, I would have had to modify something and maybe grind on it or weld to it or something. So I said, let me just get the plenum red, and we kept the runners just machined aluminum. But what I'll do now is I'll get it off the car and I will take it apart and show you guys what this thing looks like on the inside. All right, here we go. Got it apart. This is actually the bottom side of the intake. This is the upper side where the fuel rail goes. And you can see the cool little radiuses and trumpets they kind of have in here. The way it also tapers to big to small. I mean, that's awesome. I like that as well. And so yeah, I mean, you know, the intake came out really nice. Maybe with mine, this is actually going to be for my little 80 Corolla. I don't know if you could see in there, but there's like a little taper on the inside. Maybe I would port that out just to make it a little smoother, the transition. But regardless, it's only air. It's not a big deal. But yeah, the intake came out really good, man. I mean, the thing looks killer. The flange is super thick, so you don't have to worry about any kind of warping, you know, bolting this up. I mean, everything looks, you know, pretty awesome. So what I'll do is I'll put this to a ported head and just double check the, you know, make sure it aligns the alignment from this to the port of the head, make sure that's all good. And but yeah, all the bolts line up great. They give you this cool little Teflon spacer, which keeps, you know, the intake cool and keeps all the heat away from it. You got all these vacuum ports to use. You could tap this if you want for air temp sensor, you know, stuff like that. You also got some brackets here, some drill marks, provisions for throttle cable, stuff like that. So yeah, man, the thing looks really nice. I mean, you know, finally I wanted to come up with something for guys that they can use. I get a lot of guys that ask me about intakes. I didn't have something to offer people, so I wanted to put something together that would make things work. Also, if you look at this bolt pattern here, I had them make it that a Ford TPS throttle body would bolt up. I haven't checked that yet. I will. And so this is a smaller hole that they make with their little adapter, and then the bigger hole in there, I don't know if you could see in there, so it tapers down. This is bigger for like a Ford style, or maybe these bolt holes are probably Ford style as well. Again, I haven't checked that, but I will. Just wanted to show you guys what we got. And you know, so I've been waiting on this intake for a while. this is what's been holding me up to get my brown car going. And now that it finally came in, I can offer it to you guys and get my car together, so I get a little 3TC project here in-house done as well. Then over here is an intake I got for a buddy of mine. This is for a 4AG big port. So we got this made as well. He wanted it anodized all black, so you kind of see what the anodizing looks like there. And what's cool about this intake is some guys will run this on a front wheel drive setup. So what you do is you unbolt the plenum and you can actually switch it around for a front wheel drive setup. So it works either way. This is gonna be for a wheel drive car. And yeah, man, I mean, this thing's actually, I don't know if you can see in there. Let me get a flashlight real quick. All right, so here, let's see if we can see in there. I don't know if you can see the radius is in there really, really big, man. They did a really nice job with this intake as far. I'm a firm believer in big radiuses and the trumpets that are inside of there, and this thing came out nice. So this again is going to be for a project full motor build that we're doing for a customer here, and we got his block getting ready to go together, and you know, little by little he's acquiring parts, and this will be a cool local build that we're going to do. So yeah, I just wanted to basically give you guys some insight on this. I had some guys message me and say if they'd be able to see what the intake looks like on the inside, so I wanted to take it apart and put that on. What we'll do, you know what, I have a head here. Let me put this on the cylinder head and let's see how much it aligns with the actual port. Let's check that out real quick. All right, so this is actually the head for my car that I'm putting together. That's already assembled. Like I said, I pretty much got everything for my motor. The intake was just slowing me down. So this is a big valve head that I built for myself, epoxied all the ports. You know, our valves, our valve spring combo that we got from our buddy over at Pro Valve. So that's all together. And yeah, just, dual spring setup, titanium retainer, bigger valves, and welded up all the emission ports here, had everything resurfaced, and this head's ready to go. So let's see if what this intake looks like. I hope this lines up the way the way I hope it should. So let's see. Let me just present some bolts here real quick. Normally we would put a stud, but I'm just putting a bolt in it for now just to line it all up, just to give you guys just present it and see what this looks like. But actually these bolts work, which is pretty cool. 3TC is a little tricky with the port here because it gets real close to the flange and the runner, so sometimes you have an issue where you can't really get a bolt on it, but this seems to work pretty good. All right, so let's cross our fingers here and see what this looks like. Look at that, looks pretty good, man. Wow, very happy with that. That lines up really, really well. So that is definitely a win there. Like I said, if anything, what I'll probably do is just, I know it's dark, but that little radius where it steps from the transition point from big runner to small runner, I'll probably just get rid of that little lip. But yeah, man, this is a great intake for you guys, and I'm glad that we have something that we can offer you. So, if you have any questions, just let me know. And the only problem is they do take a little while to get. Unfortunately nowadays nothing is easy to get, and especially if you want the anodizing and all that all takes time. But yeah, if you guys are interested, let me know, and I'll put together some prices and keep everybody posted. So either way, like I said, they make the 3TC, they make 2JZ stuff, they make a lot of intakes, but I was basically tailoring it more towards, like I said, I had a lot of inquiries for the 3TC stuff, and I really didn't have anything to offer guys, so now we finally do. I'll put it on my Facebook and Instagram as well. I did post a picture of this. I didn't put any prices because I had to lock down prices and kind of get a time frame of when they'll be done, how long they'll take to make. But yeah, and I wanted to see how this fits, so you guys got to see firsthand how this bolts to a head and how the ports line up and all that. So pretty happy with it. All right guys, take care. I got some more news coming up with this Corolla soon. We did a couple changes, and this thing will be ready to go. Take it easy.